Alright, we're going to do the ProPedestal. Go. What? Alright. Alright, stop if it hurts. Stop. Hi, my name is Peter Buer. I'm the president of Suspension Technologies in Largo, Florida, and we are the manufacturer of one of the original shock absorbing pedestals. We used to hire a guy by the name of Greg Roberts, and back in 2015 he decided to take out one of our customers and go out on his own and compete against suspension. He put out a product called ProPedestal, and he claims, among many things, that he is better than suspension, that he is more durable than suspension, and that his product is available immediately. Now, we are here to debunk all those charges and more in this video and a subsequent video. But first we're going to do some shock mitigation testing. We have acquired some accelerometers that are used in car wreck tests, accident tests and such. The Navy uses them. We've used them before in a boating magazine test, and these are calibrated units that are ready to go with accurate data. Now, what we've done is we've put, as you saw in a previous clip, the data onto this computer right here, and I have a file. It's the very same file that are showing the impact testing that occurred in the prior video. I've already scrolled and obtained the file and scrolled to the place that I actually printed out and show you what's what. Now here's how to read this. Our platform is made out of cam lobes, and when the deck hits the back end of the cam lobe, it cranks up to the high point. Green is, it's the bottom one, green is pressure on the accelerometer. You can see that the occupant, which is blue, is in a negative G. This is very reminiscent of you sitting in the car and hitting a short, steep bridge at high speed. Now you come off the back side of it, and bam, this is where you hit, is where the shock absorber, which is the pedestal in red, the rigid pedestal, which is in green, and the test pilot, which is in blue, all come together. Okay, so we're going to read 10.03 Gs as the rigid pedestal number. And if you do the math, okay, hold on, and the occupant feels 9.342. This is left value, it's a cursor, and so I can just do the math here. 9.342 divided by 10.03 equals 9.93. That's 7% shock mitigation. Notice how close the occupant is to the rigid pedestal. So that's 7%. If you go to the right hand cursor view, which is drawn right here, this blue line right here, I've done the same thing. I already marked it up to save a little time. but the right value, we do the same thing. I'm going to clear this out. 8.558, 8.558 divided by the rigid pedestal, which is 8.853. That's 0.96. That's 4% shock mitigation. So, well, maybe this is a fluke. Oh, by the way, this is important. As it hit that 10G, notice that the damper is coming down, and it takes, these are milliseconds, but it takes time. This flat line right here, that shock absorber is not coming back. It's flatlined. And then it comes back very slowly. Okay, and then it starts the process over again. And this is more condensed, which is good, but again, it's a long duration. I'll grab one just for the heck of it. I'll do the left side again. Here's a fresh one, if I can get to it. There you go. And we'll do the same math real quick. And that's 8.708 divided by 9.517 is 0.91. That's 9% shock mitigation. And again, you can see it all kind of looks the same way. You can go on and on, but that's the first kind of quasi test that we did just for the heck of it. But we're going to go and show you a test with a 150-pound weight. And by the way, this is a 205-pound person sitting on a Pacifica seat. The other thing that I want to explain to you is, before I forget, it took us 2 tries to get a ProPedestal seat. The first try, because after 3, 4, 5 different excuses or promises that weren't kept, we canceled the order. We went back again with a different agent, tried again. Again, it took about 3, 4 different times to finally receive the ProPedestal. So there's nothing immediate about getting the ProPedestal. And to follow up on the claim that he's more durable, it begs the question, how can you be more durable when you haven't even tested your own product? We're doing it for him, as you can see, and in subsequent video as well. And he has no empirical data. There's no, he started in business in 2015. We tested the first batch of pedestals that was under the Premier Pedestal name, brand. We don't want to show it as of yet, because frankly it's rather embarrassing. But the point of it is that you can't rightly say it's more durable than suspensions. Suspensions, we're making the same pedestal or versions of it, better versions, different models, since 2001. And this date is 2017, so go figure. We decided to test 150 pounds first on the seat of the ProPedestal. And they are comprised of 3 50-pound bags full of lead shot. You see the accelerometer taped on the top. The accelerometer is right there. And I wanted to show that the extra 150 pounds is really not helping the movement of the seat itself. Can you go ahead and... Okay. He's got his foot on the bottom for stabilization. And you can see it's all in the pedestal. This is obviously would not be a very comfortable thing there. Is that 6? Okay, go up to 8. 8. Okay, so now you've seen the second test It's 150 pounds of lead weight on top of a Pacifica seat. Notice that we strapped it down really good, so there's no wobbling up and down, getting thrown off the seat. And you may ask yourself, well, how does it compare to suspension? And I want to answer that by saying there's a lot of data that we have already published on our website, suspension.com. By all means, go to that website, look at the test data. It's been done by both myself for Boating Magazine, as previously mentioned, as well as by an independent lab. But I do have a potential treat for you at the end of this video here, where we're going to show you some test results of new product line that we're coming out with, both for a single post as well as a dual post, that will be just phenomenal. Anything or nothing that we've seen before. It'll be well in the high 60s, in the 70s, shock mitigation. Okay, now let's go to the screen again. I've already pulled it up, and what we're looking at is the ProPedestal 150 pounds, and I already put the cursor, left cursor on the left side, right cursor on the right side. I'm going to pick some numbers, and here is left value. I'm just going to punch it in real quick for you, or you can do the math. It's 5.41 divided by 6.534. That's what the rigid pedestal is, equals 0.82. That's 18% shock mitigation. I want to make a note that these are really nice depictions of what's happening here. These kind of waves, sine waves. And you can also see what's happening with the deck. That the deck's going up, it's coming at the back side of the lobe. It's climbing up, more pressure, and then it drops off, boom, and all the forces come together at the top end over here. Notice the negative G's here. This is where you feel your guts in your throat, and the pedestal is, the shock absorber is compressing. The pedestal is compressing because it's hooked up to the pedestal. All right, 18%, not very good. Right side, clear out. 6.662 divided by 7.735 equals 0.86. What is that? That's 14% shock mitigation. You can make your own decisions on that, but I'd be hard pressed to put 150, well actually it's not exactly 150, it's 150 of dead weight plus 35 pounds in the seat. So that's 185 pounds total seated weight on top of the pedestal. What we've done is we've loaded a total of 350 pounds, 315 pounds. In addition, that includes the seat, that includes eddy, and we're gonna record right now and go ahead and start. Can you back off while it's going? 8. Don't go below 8. It won't make it. Okay, I think we have enough data. Okay, we've seen eddy with a bunch of weight strapped onto him to make the total seated weight, 315 pounds on the ProPedestal. Let's go to the computer again. And I'm going to tap this in. Left cursor, that would be the left value. Oops. Let's go this way. 7.587 divided by 10.06. That's 25% shock mitigation. We are heading, or the pedestal is heading in the right direction. I'm just going to, for the heck of it, scroll to the left and see if I can find another bunch of stuff. What I'm trying to do is grab values that are directly where the rigid pedestal is directly in line with the occupant. Notice that, and in fact connected also to the pedestal. So I got 1, 2, 3 values that are all connected. If I scroll a little bit to this point right here, I don't have that. Now I have green and I've got blue. Blue is about the same point anyhow, but this is the higher impact, so you know, we'll grab that. Left side, 8.52 divided by 11.22. 75 again, 25. Shock mitigation. Okay, so that's 315 pounds sitting on a Pacifica seat, and it appears that the numbers are getting better for shock mitigation the more weight you put on it. Let's see what happens when you put 350 pounds on it with the very same seat. Alright, last test for the Pacifica seat on top of the LeBrock. We loaded a bunch of weight totaling 350 pounds and see if that's improved the situation. Now, if you come to the screen, then we're going to see exactly what the action situation is. We're at the ProPedestal 350 option, add view, blah blah blah, wave cursor, and I can't see anything here. This doesn't tell me anything. This doesn't tell me for nothing. This doesn't tell me a whole lot of things. This neither. I want to bring you somewhere where it starts to make sense. All right, one thing that we see right here, and I can't really line these things up. The occupant and then the thing is there, it doesn't look so very good. It's up to about 7 Gs or so, 7.5. But notice how the shock absorber, the pedestal, is going down. It stays, it's not recouping. And it takes forever, takes a while. Then the occupant is on a nice even keel. That's good. But to me, it would give me a false reading, because what do I use? Do I use this? No, he's in a negative G, so he's left the seat. The shock absorber is compressed. He's going on to the next, so I'm moving on to the next one. Same here. He's not even hitting the seat. I don't know how that's possible. But this is all negative G stuff for the occupant. Again, look, all the way over there. So let's go over here, and I gotta pick something. So left G. I'm gonna see what I can do here. All right, boom. I have 3 dots lined up, and let me see where that leads us. We got 5G that the occupant is feeling, 235. And the rigid pedestal is hitting at a 9.485 G load. Equalizers 55.55. That is a 45% shock mitigation. And what we're seeing is, with heavier load, the better this pedestal is working. Now, you can ask yourself, if that's the case, which it appears to be, because it's the same seat, and there will be another video with a different seat showing different results. But what do you have to do to make this thing get above 50, or out of the 40s, or out of the teens, or not even teens, in the single digits? You got to add weight. So you got to weigh, based on what we've seen, seat and pedestal at least 350 pounds. So you need to spend maybe a couple $1,000 on a big helmet chair. Load that thing up and weigh a lot yourself to get some action out of that ProPedestal. To me, it doesn't sound like that's the optimal way to go. As promised, we're gonna treat you to some test results, and we printed them out for brevity of this video. It's getting a little long, and we're just gonna show you what the test results are based on the test. Okay, so if we can kind of focus in on what we have going on here. Left side 67%. 60. By the way, this is a single seat. Again, 67%, 69% shock mitigation. This is 65% shock mitigation, single seat. This is 78% shock mitigation. This is 65, 69. Now, we also have a dual post that we developed with a sequential shock mitigation. So that means that one shock absorber starts before the other one kicks in, and it's really with an eye towards the military, commercial usage. What are we getting there? Well, lo and behold, 77%, 75%, 71%, 64%, left and right side, 70%, 72%, 68, 61, and that's it for right now. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for further developments, and we'll post them on our Facebook and actually our website, and we'll make an announcement as soon as they are in production. So we thank you for your time, and please stay tuned.